Hey, it's Luke from LT Gaming, and today we're checking back in on NTL No Time Left. The space game that the more I play it, and yes, I actually do have my hands on a build now, the more I think it might end up being one of those cool under-the-radar titles for people who love tension, consequence, and proper ship management, you know, like FTL. And before we jump in, if you enjoy space games where one bad decision can turn your proud flagship into a flying insurance claim, drop a like on the video. Consider it a small donation to the Emergency Hull Repair Fund, which in this game you are absolutely going to need, trust me. So a quick recap if you're new here, NTL No Time Left is basically a 3D capital ship roguelike that mixes tactical decision making with space sim elements. It's got that full 360-degree combat, power management, drones, system damage, and event choices that can play out very differently depending on how your ship is built. It also has that real-time with pull structure as well, so you can either try to manage the chaos on the fly or slow things down and make more deliberate decisions when everything is falling apart. And trust me, things fall apart quite a lot in this game. What stands out to me is that this does not feel like a game where choices exist just to decorate the run. They actually bite. I had one moment where my ship got absolutely wrecked in a fight. I limped into a new sector, got pulled into an event where I asked for some scrap for some supposed secret weapon. They proceeded to steal my money and I basically had to accept it because my ship was in no condition to push the issue. Now of course, in real life I'd fight to the death, but in this situation I thought it was better just to retreat. But it's definitely the kind of thing I really enjoy in games like this. It has that immersive element. Yay, I said the magic word. But it does turn every decision into a trade-off, not just a little clean pick the good reward button option. It's that emergent storytelling which I really enjoyed on my run so far. Now, it's an early build I have access to. There are a lot of placeholder assets in the game, like the artwork, so don't get worried about that direction. And it still has quite a bit of time in the oven to fix all the bugs and replace those assets. But I think this game has a lot of strength and it's worth a look and your time, and definitely one to add to your wishlist or stay posted on at LT Gaming. There are a lot of space games out there with cool ships and flashy combat, and this does have that also, but not all of them create that feeling that your current condition actually matters. In NTL, your loadout, your damage, your resources, and your distance from danger, and even what systems are still functioning can shape what your options really are. It really is very close to FTL. It's not really about winning those fights, it's kind of surviving the knock-on effects and everything that happened before them and will continue to affect your run. Okay, so it's time to discuss what's new and developing with the game. And I have something really exciting to share with you. I'd love your opinion in the comments below. But me and Tom are going to be voicing our own event in the game. I don't have all the details yet, and what you're seeing on screen is just placeholder artwork so we could do our lines, but it's really cool to be involved in a game like this, and we're just doing it for a bit of fun. It won't affect my critical take on the game or anything like that, so don't worry, but I just thought it was a fun thing to do with a very engaging dev. So let us know, are you going to take the diplomatic option with Luke and Tom, or probably going to try and kill us? I mean, let us know in the comments below. On the UI side, there has been some meaningful improvements, and that was really welcome when I saw them. I mean, even the start menu has this crazy sequence where you can actually fire the weapons. I do know the code, but I won't share it with you just yet. It's little details like that which mean a lot to me. The star map has also been cleaned up so the icons are sharper and easier to read, which matters in a game where navigation and route choices are part of the tension. There's been an inventory rework also, and weapon installation and removal is much more intuitive now. It's definitely a huge aspect of the game, and customizing your ship and trying to make it work with your power allocation is a huge part of the challenge. These aren't really sexy changes, but it does show that it's moving in the right direction for it to be a great player experience. I'm really enjoying my runs with this one. It's not bug-free. I've had some really critical bugs that have ended my runs, but I guess that's why I'm in an alpha build, and I have to accept that. On the ship handling side, one of the biggest system changes is a separation and unification of engines and thrusters. Previously, those behaviours were tied together in a way that felt a bit awkward, but now the thruster system is properly unified in all directions. That means if you lose the engines in a fight, you can still use thrusters to manoeuvre, find cover, or angle for survival. I mean, in one zone I was completely dead in the water and I just had to fight with no engines. It might be a small technical tweak, but in practice it does make damaged ships feel more believable and more tactically interesting instead of just feeling broken in a frustrating way. Then on the immersion side, which I think LT viewers always appreciate, the developer has shown improved fire effects that now appear on the actual affected ship parts rather than just as a generic visual. Plus a fire suppression augmentation to help automated damage control. There's also a new 3D radar which is super important for navigation and situational awareness. And although a basic thing, save and load functionality is now in the game, making it a lot easier for YouTubers like me to save their progress and load it back up. And it has timestamps, a screenshot of where you are, so it's quite detailed and very well implemented. There's also new camera angles for weapons, so you can zoom into a turret and watch your main battery wreck the enemy, which I really enjoy. Just a quick interlude to say most of you who watch the channel are not subscribed, so make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button, because it helps smaller channels like us grow really quickly, and both me and Tom really appreciate it. It's the small touches with this game that I know a lot of you are going to really appreciate, and the event side of the game is seriously becoming its biggest strength. On his YouTube channel, and you should definitely check that out, the developer showed off new event content, including more unusual encounters with specific rewards. Like a repair-focused augmentation that helps restore hull over time by consuming collected spare parts more efficiently. So your run is not just combat encounters stitched together, it's a chain of gambles, compromises, and weird little stories where the right reward at the right moment can completely change your situation. Just be kind to Luke from LT Gaming if you encounter him. Now, where could NTL still fall short? Well, I think the biggest challenge is that the games like this live or die on the feeling. The systems can be really clever on paper, but the moment-to-moment pacing and friction all have to come together. And to be fair, some of the recent updates I've talked through have mitigated my concerns on this front. But it is an indie developer and it is going to take time. But there is good progress, which tells you the game is still very much in the active shaping phase rather than arriving as a finished locked-in thing just yet. And if you're expecting a more straightforward arcade-style space experience, this could be demanding on some players. It definitely has more depth, and it can be tough. NTL wants you to care about subsystems, ship state, long-term consequences, and uneven choices where there may not be a clean win. But for a lot of us, that is the appeal, right? And I've said it before, but the direct comparison is FTL because it has the same pressure, route planning, event-driven runs, ship triage, and brutal trade-offs where a single bad situation can snowball. But NTL is not just FTL in 3D because it leans into space sim territory with more physical ship presence, fuller directional movement, capital ship command, and a more tactile sense of piloting and managing a vessel in space. My thoughts here is that NTL feels like one of those projects where the future potential is very easy to see. If the developer keeps building out the events, keeps improving the UI and polish, and keeps leaning into that emergent storytelling side, this could become a very memorable game for players who want their space runs to feel tense, messy, and personal. And that's what struck me during my time with the game. So yeah, NTL No Time Left is definitely still one I'm keeping an eye on, and I think you should also. Make sure to wishlist it, I'll leave a link in the description below. And make sure to like, comment and subscribe, or even join the channel. Tom's putting together a newsletter on games that we're playing on the channel and off the channel also, and you guys should definitely be part of that. Jump into the Discord, I'm always doing key giveaways and different things, so definitely don't miss out. I've been Luke from LT Gaming, and I'll see you out there in space.